When I was passing 10th, I was inspired by the fashion design industry. I used to love how bizarre and how different creative clothes girls wear and walk around. So, a little boy went to my mom and I told her that I think I should become fashion designer. And to which she replied कि तू दर्जी बनेगा. And that's where the whole thing changed, where I said okay fine, if not that then probably the interior design makes more sense. So although my aptitude was more towards hotel management and engineering and all that, I was not too sure that I should go into the core engineering as a part. So hence I got into interior design. While working on a design where there's a space plan, there is a layout or a look and feel, my brain works in a little different way. I don't know about others. I look at the holistic picture. I try to take as much as practical or functional needs of the space are, then set the whole zoning spaces, getting them the practical aspect, interlinking all the practicality of life into the space. And when these structures are there, which becomes my bone and the structure of the whole space, that's when we get into beautifying it, because we believe beautifying can be done. Beautifying is an easier job. If you're not doing a functional space, then you're doing a miserable job. The occupant will not enjoy the space after doing it up. Functionality comes much above functional aesthetics, because if you're at a place which is not functional, if your desk is tall, your chairs are placed wrong, in a retail store if the displays are not in correct places, you're talking about a complete mess. If your chair is not ergonomically placed, if you're not sitting in a workspace with a fresh light or natural light, you're hurting the eyes of the occupant. If you're in a retail section and you're not putting right product at right places, right lighting and stuff like that, you're causing the loss of the business. So your principles play a vital role, followed by the aesthetics. Vastu, where people perceive it as just ऐसा कर दो वैसा कर दो, it is not like that. Vastu is also part of practical life. Vastu doesn't talk about कि you should have a gold wallpaper, you should have a fancy this, you should have a quirky this. It doesn't talk about that. Vastu still talks about elements, the flow of energy and practicality of the life. Lot of time, like kitchen, they say that the hob should face the east. It is a science where the person who's cooking, when they're cooking in the morning, the window is in front of them and they get a morning sun bath. It's science everywhere. We talk about, especially for a home design, we ask them, you want a show house, a statement house or a trophy house, or you want a zen house. These are two very important questions we ask a customer, because that's what evaluates the entire look and feel of the house. Apart from that, in fact we have a 7-pager questionnaire which we share with the client, so it is too long to discuss out here. But certain times we ask is, what has your experience been, what are the timelines, look and feel if they have certain benchmarks, and again a lot of practical questions, like right from do you enjoy drinking, you need a bar or not, if you enjoy cooking, you need a steam oven or not, and a lot of tiny questions which tries to align with the functionality, which eventually will lead to a whole good place. I love Pondicherry for the architecture there, so I always go there. The Pondicherry and Fort Kochi are two of my favorite places in India, which I look forward, and whenever I go there I really fall for the place. Also sometimes walking around in Fort, looking at the marvelous, beautiful structures around, and just getting zoned out. Do a study of your house first. That what are your lifestyles? Does your house speak about it? A lot of Thaneites, a lot of laymen's do a lot of jugaad interiors. They just look at something and they like it, and eventually they just pick that up and just do it. So we believe that you have to first analyze, not get intimidated by something that looks beautiful on Instagram. Also judge that what's beautiful there and what's your personality, was the shape, size, scale, cost, and the surrounding things, and that's when fixes up or not. A lot of people are like IKEA. Not do I mind IKEA. Even when the IKEA came in for few weeks, my friends told me that, boss, IKEA India में आ गया, तेरा नौकरी तो गया. So I thought so for a few days, but then I realized that IKEA is also a good tool where you get a lot of smart, space saving, utility based, pretty good products sometimes. So you have to channelize your energies and thoughts into a way that you understand your requirement, pick up stuff from Instagram maybe if you want to, but also analyze that is this thing applicable, suitable, does it make sense or not, and then probably go for it. White, if it's a color, then I like Oriental spice for my evening soup, so I guess that's kind of one of my favorite places to go. There's a new place called Safari Woods that's opened up at Yeur lately, and I believe the weather and the ambience is top notch, and you should be there.